But damn, the black people speaking out now are just sampling the classics.
Racism is so deeply embedded into the fabric of the society.
Thank you, Angela.
Yeah, fucking belief system right there. Citation needed.
If you want to be quoting Angela Davis, student of famous student of Herbert Marcuse, who is a well-known, revolutionary socialist type. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's not the best representation of, creating a good society for Americans. It's just my feeling,
Oh, damn it. I fucking deleted it.
The woman who went to East Germany when it was controlled by the Soviets and said that she thought the Soviets were doing much better with East Germany than the West was doing with West Germany.
Angela Davis said that? Oh, yeah. That one didn't age well. That was a bad take.
It's a bad take, Angela. She also supported the people of Jonestown.
What?
They,
She's a Kool-Aid supporter?
Yeah, people don't know this. I didn't know this either till I watched the Jonestown documentary with CT and Harker. They were all weirdo socialist woke types.
Oh yeah,
at Jonestown. Yeah, I didn't even know that at all.
They drank the Kool-Aid literally.
She supported them. Obviously before the suicide, she supported them, but
she doesn't support them after the suicide.
I don't know what she did, but she supported them and she confirmed their conspiracy theories that they were, under attack by America. So
this chart is making the rounds. I saved it because I knew it would come up on Sunday. So the chart is Angela Davis quote is basically, obviously, that's a belief. That's not empirically verified in any way, shape, or form. Racism is embedded. I mean, they want to change the definition of racism just so they can make that claim. So the chart is the 15 characteristics of white supremacy culture. What's this chart? I don't know. This is all comedy to me these days.
Where did this chart come from?
It came from the libs of TikTok.
Okay.
Come on, so it's got to be true.
Well, no, I'm assuming it's true. I feel like someone sent this to me and I looked at it for like a second. I didn't process what I was looking at.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just, do we know what specific school it came from, or does this come from a school or something?
I have no idea. Yes. But I mean, we've seen this. We've seen this list. This list is basically.
No, I know it's the Kate Biddle.
That's the origin of it. Kate Biddle.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
But I feel like this one here.
Or, I'm sorry. I always combine Biddle with Kate's to be like the same person. It's Patricia Biddle, who created P + P = R, and Judith Katz or Cates, who made the chart. Okay, it's the Judith Katz chart. Right.
So just the objectivity one is the one that always, because I mean you can't, like, they're basically the claim that they're making about that claim Angela Davis makes about racism is just infused in society. You're immediately going to go to citation needed, right? What's the causal connection there? What evidence do you have that is objectively true? But they're like, we don't need look, what? That's white supremacy asking us for all this focus on objectivity is white supremacy. That's why they do that.
It is super fucked.
Yeah. It is
people are saying this came from a college, a university. And someone's saying, no, it's from a Holiday Inn Express CRT conference.
Oh, okay.
Okay. It says, let me read it.
Well, it's not. It doesn't matter that it's in Dismantling Racism Workbook 2001.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Tima Ocon and Kenneth.
Oh wait,
Jones.
bring it back up for a second. I was going to read it.
Let me see. I can do that.
It was 15 characteristics of white supremacy. We got to know, what is white supremacy?
White supremacy culture. Okay.
How will our chat know how to fight white supremacy without this useful chart?
Right. Number one,
Yes. I don't see it.
What, I brought it
So-
up? Yeah, number 1.
Okay. Takes a second. Number 1, perfectionism.
Guilty. I'm fucking totally guilty.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew Adam was a white supremacist. I knew it.
But hold on, can there be other cultures? Like, let's say we have a culture in South Africa that's predominantly black.
Mm-hmm.
Could they embrace perfectionism, or is it only?
No, it's only white people.
Okay, good to know.
Asians, Indians, not known for having a sense of perfectionism. Either just white people. Okay.
The second one is very is very. I mean, it's very disheartening in the context of this video that we're watching, because they're basically saying that we should have some sense of urgency about dealing with racism.
Right.
We haven't dealt with it in forever. That's John Stewart's argument here,
So
right?
there's this chart says that a sense of urgency is part of white supremacy. A sense of urgency.
Right.
Doesn't that seems super duper racist? Doesn't it?
Oh, hell yes.
Because whenever I remember reading like the weirdo like race science papers. I forget what this was in relation to, like years ago. And a lot of them focused on like black people don't have a sense of urgency because they didn't have crops and they weren't farmers. Like it's like this weird line of logic that they go down about like, black people are always late because white people had to farm and they had seasons. Like there's this whole weird like realm of logic that ties to. So it's super weird to see some CRT fucking people just repeating, white nationalist, white supremacist talking points. But okay. Defensiveness. There you go. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that defensiveness, one of the key components for every human being alive to try to overcome, is specifically just applies to white supremacy.
Yeah.
It's part of the culture of white supremacy. Okay.
It's
not part of every
I'm not
culture.
sure even what they mean by none of these are clearly defined enough.
Well, what they mean is like if you call out a white person for being racist or participating in a white supremacist system, then they become defensive because you just call them racist. So.
Excessive sensitivity to criticism is what I have in my little dictionary. So
this is a weird. So we have quantity over quality, which I don't understand that one really at all. I mean, some people feel that way, some people don't. I don't.
Many people have also pointed out that this is a contradiction with perfectionism. That perfectionism is the opposite of that. Yeah.
That's a great point. This one is super duper weird. Worship of the written word. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
Are white people like under this chart? Is like white culture like a bunch of cavemen or something? They're like, oh, it's written on paper. It must be a magic spell. Once the words are written, they have power. They must be true. It is written in the pages. How could this witchcraft ever become to pass? Like, what is that? What are they trying to say there?
Well, they're trying to distinguish themselves. Like they're trying to basically say an oral tradition has some credence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're saying
well,
they've been taught black culture is an oral tradition. That's what they believe, but I'm not sure it's true. Yeah.
Well, and also probably because CRT doesn't believe in objective reality and science. And so they probably tie that all into like written word. Like, oh, you care about studies and science? That's all written word gobbledygook. You just got to listen and believe.
Yeah, of course.
So we have only one right way. We have paternalism, which is interesting.
Only one right way. I mean, that one's just kind of a throw in. Paternalism is kind of just a throw in. Well, I mean that's the feminist throw in.
Right. That's a strange one.
Either or thinking.
I'm
not sure what they even mean by that one.
They mean like I guess they're saying white culture is like there's only one way. Well, I guess it's just saying one right way to do something again. Like it's either or, there's no middle ground here, which
I
this
guess
is
black and white thinking is what they would say.
black
but
and
they,
white thinking.
They
Right?
probably at one iteration of this chart had black and white thinking on
They
the
said,
chart,
"Uh-oh,
and they
we
were
can't
like,
have that."
that would be racist. We have to find another way to say black and white thinking.
Right. This is just human. They're just taking like all of human failings and they're just saying this is white culture.
Oh,
basically.
I know. Yeah. This is
black and white thinking, tribalism.
This is
like
what racist whites did, 100 years ago to black people.
Right.
This is like they've resurrected race science and just changed the target.
Right. Power hoarding. That's not a white person thing.
That's a
dictator's
human thing.
handbook.
Yeah.
Thing.
That's like humans.
You think let's look at all the non-white dictators throughout human history. How did they feel about power hoarding?
Yeah.
This is so racist. Fear of open conflicts. I guess they just mean like being polite. In society, I think that's generally a good thing. And I'm not against that. Individualism. We've talked about this. Individualism is bad. We all have to be part of the collective, obviously. Socialism. I am the only one, so we're just repeating individualism. Progress is
fucking mean,
bigger, more.
Right. Which that's an anti-capitalist one right there.
Oh, okay, you're right. That's anti-capitalism. Okay. And then, of course, we have our favorite, objectivity.
Which I don't know how anybody can be against objectivity.
Oh, my God.
You can't have morality without objectivity.
Adam, objectivity is the foundation of white supremacy. Everything's relative. I don't know what you're talking about.
You can't. There are lots of things you lose as soon as you move to the subjectivity. It's great.
Everything is relative. Just listen and believe. Okay. That's all you got. If a black person tells you a story, that's all that matters. Well, you don't need studies. You don't need polls. You don't need all this This is all bullshit. It's all bullshit, Adam. Throw objectivity in the trash.
No, I'm sticking with it. Yeah.
Okay. My lived experiences are more important than your objectivity.
Standpoint theory. Fucking hate it.
Yep. And then the last one, right to comfort, which is an interesting one.
Which,
I don't know
okay.
I mean, isn't that the goal? Shouldn't that be the goal of most societies, that people live comfortable lives? Right?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's too ambiguous. I don't necessarily
I guess.
Know. As someone who occasionally goes to the gym and gets very uncomfortable, I don't necessarily know what they mean.
Yeah, like I don't know. I mean, I thought that's what Jon Stewart was talking about. I thought black people want to be able to live comfortable lives.
Yeah, I thought that's what they were going
I thought
for.
that's what we're talking about here.
But categorizing living comfortably as white supremacy and also something you're fighting for, it basically means you're fighting for white supremacy.
Right.